Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the Diecast Guide channel. This is the 2024 Pocono haul update. Last year I did one from the stuff I got last year, and this is the updated stuff that we've gotten since then, including some extra stuff, some bonus stuff that was acquired either the weekend directly afterward or even just during the entire race weekend. So first we're going to cover the 20 plus diecast I think that is sitting here that I've gotten since Pocono of 2023. I will say the majority of these were bought at racetrack, so I think only 4 of the current ones that are here were bought online, but I do know that it was the week after Pocono that they were bought. Some really cool gems in this haul from Pocono this year. Just absolutely grateful at the fact that some of these cars were actually available to be purchased when they were. So we'll go in numerical order. First car, Ross Chastain's number 1 Busch Light Chevrolet. Just feels weird to say that anymore. Is Ross Chastain driving a Busch Light Chevrolet? Can't really see it. That's crazy. Bad light. There we go. Focus. So that's cool. One of the only 4 2024 cars I did purchase. Surprisingly, no Toyotas or Fords, except for a couple of Xfinity Series cars that were bought in 2024. This is the only Cup 2024 car I bought, is Ross Chastain's Busch Light Chevrolet. Continuing in numerical order, next we have Sam Mayer's number 1 Tim McGraw standing room only Xfinity Series car. I do not recall what race this was ran at, but I do know it was ran. It was not a show car, but probably one of my favorite schemes I've seen on an Xfinity car in a long time. Really good looking diecast, just crazy. This is a car that I actually was going to get online, and I had said, you know what, we're just going to wait and see what happens if we can pick it up at the racetrack, and that is exactly what happened. Got at the racetrack, so that was really cool to see. So continuing numerical order, we have Kevin Harvick's Brake for Busch Light Peach Ford. Now this was not bought at a trailer. This was bought at the racetrack, but it was bought at one of those side tents that you can get to, big white tents. They usually sell like lanyards, t-shirts, some older stuff. This was damaged by some rain Sunday. I'm sure people have heard about it now. There was just a giant mess of getting to the track Sunday. I was there early on. I was there at about 5:30 in the morning, so it really didn't affect me all that much, but I guess it did. Well, it hit a big thunderstorm, pretty good looking thunderstorm. Hit around, I want to say it was 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock, and it blasted everything. So a couple of these cars that I had already bought were in my backpack. Backpack was not really prepared for it, and it did get some kind of weather damage. A couple of them got weather damage, but nothing bad. But yeah, pretty cool car here. It's hard seeing Kevin Harvick go, being born in the early 2000s, grew up watching him driving the 29 car, the 4 car, and seeing these cool Busch paint schemes over the years. And hopefully Ross Chastain, he has continued with the cool paint schemes, but hopefully we continue to see them with not just Ross Chastain, maybe in the future and with somebody else. One last bit of information to add on that Busch Light Peach car. I was in attendance when he ran that in his final start at Pocono last year. But this car, probably one of my top 3 of the weekend. Kevin Harvick's 2023 Budweiser Ford Mustang ran at Homestead, Miami, to tribute to his 2014 championship-winning paint scheme. And I'll tell you one thing. When they designed this paint scheme, Stewart-Haas Racing did not miss a bit. Obviously, the only thing really missing is the contingency sponsors. Don't really see them in the Cup cars anymore. But just crazy. I mean, this is one of the cars I was really happy to see, and find and get done and get it purchased and everything. Like I said, with the Busch Light Peach, seeing these Kevin Harvick cars, still surfacing, it's kind of cool. It kind of gives me, some nostalgic vibes. Another 2024 diecast, we got Justin Allgaier's Brandt Chevrolet from the 2024 racing season. I met him on Saturday, and stupidly enough, I bought these cars on Friday for that special occasion. Usually at Pocono, the past 3 years, including this year, Junior Motorsports has always had all 4 of their drivers signing, which would have been this year. It was Justin Allgaier, Sam Mayer, Sammy Smith, and Brandon Jones. I bought all these cars, and then Saturday I was in such a rush because I was a little bit behind schedule, and I completely forgot these cars at home. So I was not able to get these signed. But the plan is get them done next year because, Junior Motorsports, continuing this thing with the past 3 years. This was, I think, the 5th time I've met Justin Allgaier this year. So a really cool car with the corn, the cool little details on it, the corn on the left side and the right side, virtually the same thing, just a little bit in reverse. But always like the brand paint schemes for Justin Allgaier. But my favorite scheme that he has, they didn't make a diecast of it. It was ran last year, is the Reese's car. I think he wrecked out with. So if he didn't wreck out, it was like a 17th place finish. But there's that. The next car, the number 8, TMC Chevrolet of Sammy Smith. Same story with the Brandt car. Forgot this car at home. Met him Saturday. Really cool scheme. I took this out of the box actually yesterday and was looking at all my diecasts I had gotten. And this car grew on me almost instantly. At first, I kind of wanted to see. I was like, maybe I should get his Flying J scheme. But this one caught my eye with the gold, the red, and the black. I love gold and black paint schemes. Obviously, TMC reminding me a lot of Michael Annett. And, seeing these schemes is some of the coolest, stuff to see is bringing back those old guys' paint schemes. So there's that one. Now, this car was bought online the weekend after 2023 Pocono. This was bought after my last video, the one from last year. This was bought right after. It is Josh Berry's 2022 Harrison's Charlotte win. Probably one of the cooler ones. I love these paint schemes. If it'll focus for me, you can see it. The damage. I mean, I'm a big guy of damaged diecast. We got the wall scrapes, the tire donuts, in my opinion. My dad and I don't really agree on this. He's a big confetti guy. Well, I don't care about confetti as much. I'm more of a damage guy. I like the cars that have the battle scars on it. It virtually tells a story of how the car, got to the point to win the race and won said race. So that was really cool to see online. And I picked this up, and it's been in my collection ever since. Now comes the really fun part. The 3 Kyle Busch cars I got during the 2024 Pocono race weekend. First one, Morgan & Morgan. Probably one of the more unique schemes I've ever seen. Sponsored by a law firm, which is kind of funny, being, a NASCAR where they always crash cars. But yeah, pretty cool car. I've always, like I said, black and gold also really cool. Black and yellow also a really cool color combination for me. I've always liked the black and yellow schemes. I think they've popped a lot better. Plus, they're easier to see on track. All these guys running cars anymore are, running some just basic black and green paint schemes, and they're harder to find. But this one was easy to find on track. The next Kyle Busch car, his all-star paint scheme, the Thornton's paint scheme, ran at North Wilkesboro in the first time that the Cup Series had went to North Wilkesboro Speedway, I think since I want to say it was 94 or somewhere. I know it was in the late 90s because I know Jeff Bodine, I think one night where it was Brett Bodine, I think it was 1990. And I know that was, I think, one of the final races at North Wilkesboro, but they came back for the All-Star race, and that was cool to see. I wasn't around when they raced at North Wilkesboro. The only track I could think of nowadays that was around when I was little, and is gone now is Rockingham, but I've heard some rumors that may be also coming back for a points race, so that would be also pretty cool to see. But I like this paint scheme. A little bit too much white on it, but I thought I'd pick it up just because of the it's only been ran one time. I like the one-off paint schemes. I think they're cool, and I think they're cool to have in a collection. Alrighty, the final Kyle Busch scheme I got this season is my first and only Gold Series playoff next-gen car I have. Now, I do have a next-gen playoff. It is in the winner circles, though. It's Joey Logano's Phoenix win from 2022. But this car is awesome. I love this Casey's paint scheme. I knew when I saw this car on track, this was going to be a die-cast. I was going to hunt down until I bought it, and I found it at Pocono. They had a lot of cool, they had a lot of the Kyle Busch schemes out. I think I got 3 of the 5 that they had available. They had Cheddar's, and then they had Lucas Oil, which I already had the Lucas Oil in the winner circle. Cheddar's, not really a big fan of that paint scheme. So I also got the 3 Chi, if you guys have seen my other videos or my other video from last year, I got the 3 cheat. So I thought that was just cool. You got the cool yellow playoff banner, and then you got that really cool signature. If I can get the light to focus on it here, you got the NASCAR logo on the on that rear window. This thing will not focus for me, but that's the last Kyle Busch car for 2023. Another car bought online. This is Noah Gregson's 2022 Darlington win from I think this is the race. I call it the Xfinity Hail Melon move, which I think was before the Hail Melon actually occurred. But this is when I think it was Larson in the 17, Sheldon Creed in the 2, and Noah Gragson in the 9. They were all battling, running each other in the wall, Darlington style. And this is the car that Noah Gragson pulled into victory lane with. The right side door absolutely beat up with tire marks and, wall scrapes. You can barely see the camo, the True Timber camo logo. You got the black mark through the 9. And then you got on the other side, you got the signature Noah Gragson tire explosion on the left rear, covering up most of the left rear quarter panel. Now, there's a cool little fact I added onto this for this year. This car I got signed this year at Pocono by Noah Gragson when I also met Ryan Preece. So this was really cool to get signed. This is one of the cars I knew when I bought I wanted to get signed for a while. So really cool to have this one. The next one I only got for 2 reasons. I like the paint scheme, and I was at this race. This is Denny Hamlin's 2023 Mavis Tires and Brakes, his Pocono win from last season. Being at this race, I always like collecting the race wins of the races I was at. So you got the confetti there on the rear end. That was pretty cool. And even if my phone will like to focus for me today, you can see the mark where Kyle Larson ran into right there behind the left front. You can see a mark between the 11 and the left front tire. That's where Larson ran into Hamlin on the front stretch. Pretty good overlooking car. I like the paint scheme, the teal blue. Also could be called like a very, very light green. But really cool car. Now, just like last year, I bought a car of a race winner. Last year, like I had said, being Denny Hamlin. This year was Ryan Blaney. I went to his tent immediately and bought his race-winning number, the 12 of Ryan Blaney. They did not have the Wabash National paint scheme yet. So I went with the next closest that they had that I didn't have, and this is Dent Wizard, the number 12 Dent Wizard Ford. Brad Keselowski, I think, ran something similar to this, if not the same thing, in the 2 car in 2021. I like this paint scheme. I haven't had this thing this is one of those schemes that I've not been able to find for a while, but I thought I would pick it up this year while I had the chance. So that is the race-winning paint scheme, or race-winning car, being Ryan Blaney, but a pretty cool paint scheme. Now, this is pretty cool because of one certain reason, the paint scheme. And there's a second one that I'm going to add on the end. This is Chase Briscoe. This is part of a set that I got, but the box got pretty beat up because of rain. This is the Ricky Bobby Cannot Jr. Thing that they pulled at Talladega last year. I love it. My dad, not really a big thing with the movies, thought it was a Tony Stewart throwback, and I think I know what car he's talking about, the 33 car from, I think it was 2006 in the Xfinity series, but nope, this is the Ricky Bobby, one of the Ricky Bobby duo, but it's going to be really hard to see, and I'd be lucky if my phone would see it. On the windshield, it is signed by Chase Briscoe. I met him. He's only, surprisingly, one of 2 drivers I met this year that I had not met previously, so that was really cool to get signed. He's been one of the guys on my bucket list to meet, and with him going to Toyota next year at Pocono, Toyota drivers don't really sign that much, so I thought it'd be really cool to get this car signed while I could. Here's this is one of the cars that I love in my collection now. Hailie Deegan's 15 AM Racing Ford Mustang, one of the only Ford I got that is a 2024 car. If you didn't see it there, I don't think you have good vision. You've got the gold signature for Hailie Deegan. I met her on Sunday. Kind of weird that she was there, but a lot of us are guessing that she had a sponsorship allegation with Idaho Potatoes, the Idaho Foods guys. So that was really cool. Love the scheme. Just really cool car. It's a shame that she got booted from this ride. I mean, absolutely cool paint schemes. Really good team. They ran well with, I think it was Brett Moffitt last year. And still ran pretty good, but not this year. Just don't think it was the right fit for her, but hopefully we'll see her back in a NASCAR sooner or later. Next up, we got Donnie Schatz, World of Outlaws champion. Donnie Schatz is number 17 Ford F-150 from the 2021 race at Knoxville Speedway. When the trucks ran I think it was either one or two races at Knoxville. Really cool truck. I think it was really cool to pick this up, with Donnie Schatz making that one start in the little giant Ford. So, a really cool car. Not really much information on it, but yeah, I thought it would be really cool to pick it up. Man, and had to pick this up. This is my boy, Martin Truex Jr., leaving NASCAR full-time at the end of this year. The car that he clinched, most likely going to be his last regular season championship in. The Ducks Unlimited paint scheme from Daytona. Always been a fan of Ducks Unlimited. I was a Tony Stewart fan before Truex, so I have seen the Ducks Unlimited schemes numerous times prior to when Martin ran them. Just absolutely awesome paint scheme. Gonna miss him in 2025. Not really having the best of years this year, but got a good top 8. I think it was an 8th at Pocono. So at least we got something there in front of me for the last time I'd probably see him. But hopefully I will see him again at some point in a race car in 2025 or beyond. This car I won on a giveaway on Instagram. This is the number 22 Pennzoil Ford for Darlington last year, Joey Logano's race car. The chrome wheels, really cool looking on this car with the throwback tires. Nothing really interesting about this car, just a throwback. Thought it was pretty cool. One that's in a giveaway, so I really couldn't pick what I wanted, but still a cool car to have in the collection. Next up, probably one of my favorite 2311 paint schemes, the Wheaties Toyota Camry of Bubba Wallace with the gold outline on the number. Really cool looking on the car. Just really cool. I like this paint scheme a lot. With Wheaties, them being back since the Dale Earnhardt Senior days. So really cool to see this car pop up at the racetrack. This car was a part of the duo as well for Chase Briscoe, yet I did not have this car when I met him on Saturday. The Ricky Bobby Wonder Bread car that they put on the next gen for Ryan Preece ran at Talladega. Just really cool car. The box is a little bit damaged down there on the bottom, if you can see. But just a really cool car. I like the Wonder Bread scheme. It'd been really cool and funny to add if they had the Fig Newton across the window when he ran it, but obviously can't do that because you couldn't see. Next, we have Tyler Reddick's 10G Xfinity Network Toyota Camry from last year. My first Tyler Reddick 45 car. Really cool. This is a car that I really like. I wish I could have gotten his Pocono car from last year. The green and white, I think, is what it was. Really cool car. First 2311 45 car for Tyler Reddick. And hopefully it's not my last. And this is the final car. I got this online after Pocono last year. One of my favorite truck schemes is Kubota. I'm a big Kubota scheme fan. Being a Ross Chastain semi-fan, I like his cars. I like his paint schemes. I like the driver. I met him in 2022. But the Kubota, number 99 of Ben Rhodes, the year after he won his championship, his first it was actually his last year, I think, with Toyota. So really cool car to pick up there. And I will get to these cars in a later video. Probably going to be a second part, and I'll see you guys in that one. Thank you for watching part 1 of this collection.